What's up? It's your boy Carcino here. Let's get to it. Like we always do. Oh man. Let's talk about it. Big Phase 100 in the game. Real brothers. Both half brothers, but they brothers. Both from Compton. So known as Big Face. These guys have definitely definitely went through their ups and downs as a family. So now here are the situations that people don't really, uh, as people are hitting me up here, or know about the situation, or might know about it. As people wanted to say, what's up with, all these other guys in the situation, all these other Black Wall Street and all that, how that movement even got started. Now, before all this happened, Big Face was doing his thing, blooding, putting it in, while the game was, jumping from house to house, going back and forth, back and forth. Then when he was younger, he'd stay at his big brother house, sleeping on his couch. And what he did was he gave Game the identity. Game never gang bang. Gang Game's ambition was, I'm gonna try to make it to go to the NBA. That was his goal, to try to be a hoop star. So while he was living that dream, Big Face was the one putting it down in the streets. This is what he was about. Then the hoop dream kind of turned to a rap dream, and that pivoted. And as it pivoted, you know, started going into a hustling, and, you know, rap thing went kind of panning out. Then, of course, there was an incident where somebody broke in the house. He got shot a few times, and he got up, saw his whole shirt was red and all that. Called 911. Went to the hospital. Game claims he was in a coma. All right, and then, we all know that story. How these two fall out? That's what you want to know. The two brothers. Here you go. Now, Big Phase, it came simple as this. Big Phase was like, look, straight up, you know, he called him like, yo, I got to deal with Dre. We finna be rich. So when he got to deal with Dr. Dre, his brother's still like, okay, this finna jump. And for the whole year, he's basically just sitting and learning. They got game there, but he ain't really went nowhere yet. And all the guys that's in their crew, that's over there from that way from Brazil and Wimbledon, and putting that on the map as far as from all the guys over there. He brought Dr. Dre over to Brazil and women's. Like, this big, we got Dr. Dre over here. Like, that was a big moment for them. They ain't never had nobody as big as Dre over there. So that was a moment. So now that this is coming up, Big Face is like, okay, I know I'm gonna have a position in the organization. Like he finna, this my brother. He's on. I'm right next to him because basically he's rapping my life. All the stuff he's talking about in the records is basically my life. I was doing that. I was putting this down. So I'm the basically the one that was holding it down for you so we can get this position. Now I'm a member of Black Wall Street, but it's two sides of how it's looked at. Big Phase look like, look, I didn't took care of you. You doing, this is what it is. I'm your big brother. But it's a certain way you got to be able to talk and communicate. You can't treat him as the little brother no more when he's the big mega superstar, the game in front of everybody like that. Even though you assembled the guys, most of the guys that was around him. These new young bloods that was coming up, they looking at game, they seeing success, they seeing the money. They ain't really respecting Face no more. It's like, all right, it's games time. He leading the way now, so he the guy, and Face ain't seeing it that way at all. He don't care about none of this lights, and you ain't finna disrespect me like that. I should have a position. I'm not a peon, and that's how he basically was treating him. And Face didn't like that. He felt it was very disrespectful, and disrespect is a very powerful thing in the blood in the gang community. Period. Disrespect is like one of the worst things that could ever happen. So they went to the point where they had a big falling out, and Game cussed him out or whatever, yelling at him. And it was like, my brother being a hater, he jealous of other people's positions he felt he should have had, and all he had to do, he ain't do nothing, and I'm paying him just to do nothing, and he ain't happy with that. So right after Game's album come out, basically, he was in Black Wall Street and out of it just that quick. Because the Game head got really big too. Because as the little brother, you don't want to be looked at and can't really be around your big brother because your big brother, is going to treat you not like the superstar rapper. He going to treat you as little brother Jason. That's not what the Game wanted. Game can't look like he being told what to do by his little brother or whatever, even his mom. Nobody tell the Game what to do. Plus, that drug called fame went to his head. And while he out here getting in beefs and doing all this stuff, all those other guys that's rolling with him, those are the guys that's gonna have to fight it when you ain't around. Those are the guys that's gonna have to be in the trenches when you're not around. And now you got people that's loyal to Face. Those guys, they gonna roll with him. And now it ain't a problem like that, but it's gonna be looked at differently. The Bloods that chose to roll with you and then show loyalty with him, now they gonna have friction. And it was a lot of friction. Everybody wanted to call me when I'm live. I mean, not live, but streaming. So right now, sorry about that. Right now, Big Face went and Game was dissing him on the song, throwing shots at him. And right after he was throwing shots at him, that's when Big Face came with a couple of diss records talking about Game, and he was rapping, and I didn't even know Big Face rapped. So that blew my mind. Yeah. So the two, I think they talked it out a little bit, like they talked, spoke, but they still can stay separate ways. Like distant because it's a respect thing, man. It's like he felt like you slept on my couch, dude. I took care of you, my little brother, and you always gonna be my little brother. And the disrespect, just because you got a position and blew up, but you blew up off my name, off what I did. You rapping about me. You weren't doing none of this. And he felt betrayed that Face went in there and was telling people all this information about how he wasn't a real blood, he wasn't in no coma, and all that stuff. Yep, that's what he's gonna tell him down at the station house. Oh man, these great, great comments. No, so my whole thoughts on it is its ego, man. Some people can't handle fame. I saw somebody curse their own grandma out, assuming they was gonna be big rap stars. Came in there just totally different in their house, talking about some. And when I get my money, don't ask me for a dime when I blow up. And it was like, we don't care about your money. They grandparents is like, look, we don't care about. We got our life. We don't want nothing from you. You gonna be a big star, gonna be a big star. But you ain't finna come in our house and be disrespectful. It's not gonna happen. They don't care how many people you got behind you talking about you the man and all that. Go on and be happy and do what you do. So he was basically barred from the house. Couldn't go back to his grandma's house. Then when he didn't become a big star, is what he thought he was, then he went back with his tail in between his legs, going back to grandma's house, apologizing. So that's just how it is. So anyhow, that's that. People are gonna blow my phone up today until I get up and do some other stuff. Welcome to my world. It's nothing but phones, 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 alerts, alerts, alerts. Alert, 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 alert. I got geek, geek, geek. There you go again. Somebody wants something. So anyway, if I was y'all, I would get over to the Patreon and watch that Jaguar Wright uncut Patreon if you hadn't heard it already. There's a lot of other stuff you didn't know about over there that's kicking off about how we think Naya Rivera's committed suicide. That's on there today. Cali Muscle came and had my back in a situation that went down that y'all didn't know about. It's a lot of stuff kicking off. So it's definitely worth it. So don't forget to subscribe. I'm out.